So I thought I'd come down to a little pond update. 1st of January, this pond, well, actually right at the end of December there, it was basically dry. And we got that rain in January. Well, it filled it up to about half full. And as of yesterday, it had went dry again. And the bottom fell out of it this morning here raining, and this holler catches a lot of water. I don't know how many inches of rain we got, but water's still running in, and it's the pond has more water in it than it ever has had. You can see right out there is where them two big rocks that I've got a picture of me standing on, and for the first time, them two big rocks are underwater. So it's about 6-7 foot out there, maybe 7 foot. The ducks have come back down and enjoying the water today. I'm assuming I'm going to have to put some bentonite, or we're going to have to do something, some type of the right kind of clay to put in the bottom. They hit big rock right there at the base of this levee. And it could seal on its own, but I'm a-figuring when things get right that I'm going to have to do some work on it and apply some different type clay or mix with some bentonite or something to seal it. But if we'd get another downpour like we had this morning, it would be wanting to go out over the spillway over there. But it's a work in progress. It's going to take some time. And we'll get it figured out one of these days. Still got lots of water running in. It's in the afternoon. Still coming down out of the hollers. I could sit out here and listen to this water all day long. It's kind of cool right now. Cloudy, but not bad for, it's in the middle 40s, I guess. Not bad for January, into January. I'd like to take this time and opportunity. This is the water coming down the holler there. Take the time and opportunity to thank everybody for all your get well wishes. I've got it. Miss Lori went by the mailbox today, and I got a ton of get well cards. I've had thousands of comments wishing me to get well. And I'm 10 days in. Tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, I'll get to go back to work. I don't have all my energy and such, but I seem like I improve every day. I've worked hard to keep my lungs strong as I can. And I can't overemphasize the humbleness of the prayers and the comments, and I'm so thankful to have such a big, wonderful family in YouTube, and we love y'all very much. This is a project I got going here. There's a new greenhouse. See, I got a few rocks to pick up. But up above here, where that rock is, I had a couple of rows. That's where I planted my potatoes. And you can see it rained hard enough this morning that it come out across. And I had some of this kind of tore up and it washed it away. But I've got 2 rows here that I've dug out about, 18 inches deep. And I've put a little bit of dirt back in them. And we're going to put some of our wood chip compost, and I'm in the process of maybe getting some real old sawdust to help mix in to help make good soil. And I'm not sure what we're going to plant here yet, but it'll be probably something like okra and corn and something in that nature. I know corn does better if it's, you know, close rows, but we may stack it in that. We may stack it close together in there and try a row or 2. We don't know. But it's just something else. And I'll have to put a fence around it to keep the deer out of it. Or help keep them out of it anyway. And the chickens. So, you know, back earlier I had done a little horse trading with a friend of mine. Ended up with a boat. And I decided I didn't really like the boat all that much. It's kind of a funny deal. He and I was real good friends, and he kind of missed his old boat, and long story short, he ended back with his boat. So I started looking for me another boat, and I come across this boat, and it's an all-well boat. It's a 17-foot long, 52-inch bottom. And I plan on doing a lot of fishing, and as I retire, I plan on keeping on fishing. And I've had a few boats, and I just decided I needed to get me a river boat. And this is actually a panfish style boat, what they call for crappie fishing, pan fishing. But I like the way it's set up, and I can steer it from the front. It's got a steering stick right there. I can sit right up here in front. Try to keep from running over stuff. Watch what I'm doing. And it's got a big live well in it. Put plenty of fish down in there. It's got room back here for Miss Laura, whoever wants to be back here. Good, solid, stable boat. It's got these extra storage boxes all the way around the sides of it. And I really liking the boat. I ain't got to use it much yet. And people often ask, you know, that don't know the difference about why we call it a river boat. This is a 40 horse at the thrust. It's a 60 horse motor, but it has a lower jet unit on it. And it's propelled by water. Water sucks up in the bottom of that unit and blows out the back. So you're running with jet propelled power by water. And it allows you to run in shallow water. You know, I can run in full out, everything right. I can run in, you know, 6 inches of water. And I'm excited. And I really like the boat, and a good stout running boat, good motor. And I plan on getting out and hopefully going to do some videos on fishing and do a little outside activities and take you all along with us. And the boat, it's not brand new. It's a 2014. And the motor's like brand new. It only has between 50 and 60 hours on it. And the boat hadn't really been used all that much. I guess it done more sitting in the garage than it did anything. It's not new, but I didn't need a new one. But it's like new. It'll last me the rest of my lifetime. I can't wait till crappie season gets started and I can start putting some crappie in the freezer.
I'm getting ready to just start some of my seeds here. And the seeds that I'm going to be starting here in Arkansas, Zone 7, January, I'm just going to start some of my cold hardy plants like your brassicas and greens and radishes, some cauliflower, stuff like that. Your snap peas, sugar snap peas, and things that are very cold hardy plants, because I can't really start tomato plants this early because they would be coming off too early to put outside. And living here in Arkansas as long as I have, most of my life, I do know that we tend to get in a big hurry to get our plants out. But I can tell you, here in our zone, here in Arkansas, the weather is so iffy, and when you get your tomato plants up there to the point that you've got to get them planted out in the garden, and you still have a chance of frost, cold weather coming in at night, you got to run out there and you got to cover them all up, and then you still take a chance of stunting your tomatoes. So really, I don't see how it's worth it. So I like to wait just a little bit longer before I start my tomato plants and my bell peppers. Of course, other things like your squash and stuff, of course, they are a later summer plant here. They do so much better during hot weather. So now I'm just concentrating. And the reason that I'm here in the house instead of my new greenhouse doing this is because I want my soil to be warm. Of course, I'll be planting stuff out in the greenhouse when it starts warming up a little bit. But we all know that your soil has to be a certain temperature for your seeds to germinate. There's no heat out in the greenhouse right now. And our days right now are pretty cloudy. So there's not a whole lot of sun coming in there right now. So we just have to be careful. And I'm not going to waste my seeds. And I have started my seeds inside the house, inside the cabin, for many years. And I always have good luck with that because it's warm and the soil is warm. So if you're able to have a greenhouse that you have heated and can keep your soil good and warm and everything just perfect, I say that's wonderful. And I will eventually have some kind of heat in my greenhouse at some point. I'd like to have some kind of solar heat's what I'd like to have. So that's what I'm researching about. Of course, you wouldn't need it except just at night. During the day, you don't need it. Like right now, you can go out there and it's pretty nice out in that greenhouse. But, because there's just enough sun shining from noon till about 2 o'clock, that it's really nice in there. But then as the time goes on and gets down into nighttime, it gets cold in there. And your soil's just not going to stay warm. And I know there's probably a lot of different warming mats and all this kind of stuff that's out there. But you got to be careful because you'll end up spending a lot of unnecessary money. But I've got, in these trays here, I've got seed starter in it. And this other here has got some bigger stuff in it. So I'm just kind of getting that out of there. But what I'm going to do is, before I plant my seeds, we're going to water the soil down. And I've got my trays inside another tray that doesn't have holes in it, so water won't go everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet my soil down. I'm just going to let this soak for just a little bit. Let that water soak in there real good. And I'm so glad that y'all got to spend a little bit of time with Mr. Brown, so y'all can see that he is doing better. He's not 100%, that's for sure. And he won't be for a while. This stuff really kicks you hard, and it makes you weak. It'll make a grown man weak, that's for sure. So we're just so thankful that he's better, and you know, it didn't get worse, because it could have got really bad, that's for sure. So I'm going to let these soak. I need to get a little bit more water for this tray, and we'll come back and we'll talk about what kind of seeds and where I got them. I didn't spend a lot of money on seeds this year. There's been years past that I did spend quite a bit, but I've been able to build up my seeds. So, and even collecting my own seeds from my heirloom vegetables and stuff. So I've really been able to get a lot built up. So what I've got here is from different companies and seeds that I know that I've had luck germinating. I'm going to start out with this flat right here. I've got some, this was given to me, sent to me by a subscriber friend. It's kohlrabi, and I can tell you, I've never planted it, nor have I ever ate it. But I'm going to try it this year. This is from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds out of Mansfield, Missouri, and they have wonderful seeds. This is a early purple Vienna kohlrabi, and I'm going to try it. It's a brassica, early purple Vienna kohlrabi, a cold hardy pre-1860 variety, delicious cabbage-flavored bulbs that grow above ground, purple skin, sweet with white flesh. Planting instructions. It says to direct sow in rich soil every 2 to 3 weeks, from 2 weeks before last spring frost to 2 to 4 weeks before the first autumn frost. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start some. And then I'll probably put them just in a bigger container, and then from there I'll put them outside, and we'll see how they do. I'm not sure. Maybe y'all know more about this, because like I said, I've never even ate kohlrabi, but I am going to try it. And there's quite a few seeds in here. There's enough seeds in here to last a long time. And I'm just going to take this one flat right here. And I'm going to put me 2 to 3 seeds in each one. Now I can tell you, I can't really see those seeds, but we're going to guess at it. I love most brassicas, so I'm always willing to try something. I mean, this is not something that we grow here in Arkansas. I don't know anybody that I know of. So this is a new thing for me. Y'all can hear my wind chimes out there. Sounds like chicken trucks going up and down the road. We have a lot of chicken houses in Arkansas. the feed trucks and the trucks that haul the chickens off and bring them in there. So these two are kohlrabi, so I'm going to make me, well, first I'm going to cover my seeds up, but I'm going to make me two little deals here so I'll remember what's in these two trays. I'm going to continue to plant my seeds. And my seeds, after I got the little seeds planted, I put what they call a seed starter mix. And I put it just about 1/4 of an inch cover on my seeds. And the reason I use the seed starter mix is because it's a lighter, more airy dirt soil, so your seeds have a lot easier time germinating. But I'm going to continue to plant. This is burpee, and I'm going to say I probably got this at Walmart. Broccoli. It's a Waltham 29, and I always have really good luck with this kind of broccoli here where I'm at. And this is from Seed Savers, and I love their seeds. Seed Savers Exchange. This is the early Jersey Wakefield cabbage, and we always do real good with our cabbage here. This is organic, USDA organic, and I like to go ahead and get my cabbage out because they do really good in cooler weather, and then as it starts warming up, it seems like they just really take off. So I like to go ahead and get them started. Your cabbage, so the instruction is, and it is, cabbage is really easy to grow. You sow your seeds indoor 1/4 of an inch deep, 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. Plant out just for the last frost. Take care not to disrupt the shallow root system while transplanting and weeding. I mean, they are really easy to grow, and I tell you, we just love cabbage any way you can fix it. This is a French breakfast radish from Seed Savers Exchange. These are delicious radishes. Now, I've got all kinds of radishes out there in the garden right now. I've got what they call a white globe radish that it's really good. There's no heat or bite to it. Then I just have your regular red radishes. But I'm going to plant these and get them started. 1/2 inch depth, but since I'm planting them inside, I probably won't. I don't know if I'll plant them that deep. I might go ahead and do a half inch deep. But anyways, that's a really good radish. Then we got this is from, y'all know, you can tell, Fairy Morse. This is from Walmart. These peas always do really good. This is a stringless pea, a sugar daddy. And I can tell you, I absolutely love my peas. And I will be planting more than this, but this is what I'm going to start out with. And I've got some cauliflower. This is some seeds that I buy off Amazon. It is David's Garden Seeds. And I buy quite a bit of his garden seeds. And I have at least a 90% germination out of his seeds. So they're really good seeds. They're open pollinated seeds. I'm going to go ahead and do some more celery. And I've got some Brussels sprouts. This is a Long Island Brussels sprouts, and it's in this little big bag because this comes out of my my heirloom seeds, a big bag of heirloom seeds that I've got that I keep back, because your heirlooms, you know, you can keep your seeds off your heirlooms, and they will germinate and come back off of what you've grown and saved. So I'm going to do some Brussels sprouts. So anyways, let's get started with the rest of these seeds. So we're out in the greenhouse. I'm gonna bring my seeds out here that I planted during the day. It's good and warm. In fact, I'm sweating right now in here. So I think they'll be good in here during the day, and then before dark I'll bring them in. As time goes on, I'll just leave them out here. But it's just too cold at night right now. So I've got quite a few seeds started. It's going to give me a good start. And I still have a lot more room for a lot more plants. And I'm also going to be growing a lot of microgreens, greens, lettuces. So I'm really excited. Got a lot of room to grow a lot of stuff.